What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the NG Models July 2021 releases. We got the hints yesterday, Tuesday, July the 13th. It is the 14th as I record this, which is a Wednesday, and I've heard a few people say that the new releases are expected to drop overnight into Thursday, United States time. So the hints are looking pretty good. We got more American releases this month. I think we didn't have any last month, but we do have a total of 6 this month. One of the most talked about future releases has been the Southwest Freedom 1. It is on a 737-800. The exact registration of this aircraft is November 500 Whiskey Romeo. Gemini Jets has given us a future release preview for a 1400 and 1200 release, and I think NG has also teased it as well. So as we look at the 737 hints, we do have a November 5, so I would not be surprised if this one is a Freedom 1 release. The November 4, very possible that it could be the Alaska UNCF livery. They've done the One World. Gemini has hinted at the One World as well. And then Gemini has also hinted at doing the UNCF release as well. So I think NG is going to be Gemini to the punch on this one again. So we'll see how that goes. 2 757 releases this month, a November 6. I did go with a United with the Scimitar winglets, though I think they've already done this once, so my secondary guess would be a Delta release with the Spirit of Freedom nose. So that would be quite interesting to see, as that did divert to Sioux Falls, I think about a month ago now. It would be nice to have that. And then a Niner Mike, I went with Singapore for this one. I couldn't really come up with anything else, so I just kind of went, screw it, I'll just guess Singapore. 2 747 SP releases this month. We have an Echo Papa. Definitely going to be an Iran Air. Whether it's going to be a re-release of the delivery scheme that they did a few months ago, or will be the more current livery, is a little uncertain. So I think it's going to be a new release, and it will be the current livery. Bravo 1, I kind of went with Mandarin Airlines. This release will probably be Mandarin Airlines, I think, because it does match up fairly well with the registrations I found online. 3 A330 releases. So we have a November 8th. This one is probably going to be a Delta. I did request this of them about a year ago at this point. So it would be really nice to see if they can actually release one now. It could also be a Northwest as well in their final paint scheme. I have seen renditions of a Northwest A330 with a bowling shoe livery, and back when it had the old winglets, like they were just straight up and not slanted like they are on current A330 aircraft. I don't think any A330s had the just the straight up winglets, however you call them. The Hotel Zulu is probably going to be a Saudia, and then the Oscar Yankee will be Sunclass. And then my second guess is a Thomas Cook, though I think they've already done one, and in fact I think they did back in the February 2020 releases. 2 Tristar releases, and I do think this is all going to be a 1400 month, no 1200 releases, unfortunately. Victor Romeo is probably going to be Cathay Pacific, and that'll make some of those collectors very happy. Those models are very sought after, I think, and they do go, and they're very popular with those collectors regardless. Secondary guess would be Dragonair, and I think that is part of Cathay Pacific. It used to be its own entity, but I think Cathay Pacific bought them out quite some time ago now, I think. But it's either going to be Cathay Pacific or Dragonair, so it would be interesting to see either one of those released. And November 1, I've seen them hint at either like a PSA or a Kalitta L-1011. I think they used to be something a little different, but they still retain the Kalitta name to this day. But I kind of went with a long shot with this one, and it will be the Stargazer, which I believe is the last airworthy L-1011 in existence right now. It's November 140 Sierra Charlie, and I think it flies primarily in the southwestern U.S. So looking to be quite a fantastic month for American collectors, and I know I've heard a few Euro collectors talk about this release and how it's not really, up to their standards, because there really isn't any European releases. I guess the Oscar Yankee one, that's probably the closest that they can get to a European release, but hopefully NG will make up for those collectors next month. So we'll cut over to the releases once they are out. Okay, it is the morning of Thursday, July 15th. It sounds like the releases are out because I've seen other people make videos on these releases already, so I'm going to be late to the party once again. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what the releases are. I'm very interested to see what they have decided to release this month. hopefully Freedom 1's there, and hopefully UNCF is there as well. Alright, the 1-400 releases, I believe they are all 1-400 this month, and it looks like they are, but I will check to make sure that that's the case, but usually NG has the audacity to throw in a couple random releases just because, but we'll see how it turns out. 62018, Delta A330 300. Wow, so this is just the standard livery, Delta A330. What's interesting is that it says 62018 in the image, but on the website it's 62021, so not entirely sure that this is supposed to be the correct release, but it looks like that they are back to doing Delta models. Hopefully a Northwest one will be short to follow, but it is nice to see that, so I will try to get that picked up. 58110, this one is Southwest Freedom 1. So, looks like NG is going to beat Gemini to the punch on the Freedom 1 release for 1-400. They don't have very many 1-200 molds. They just have CRJ and a couple of private jets. But for 1-400, which is quite more popular than 1-200, I do have a feeling that most people aren't going to buy the Gemini release once they get the NG, because I think some people will probably prefer the NG release over Gemini for certain reasons. But if you are looking to get the Gemini, definitely go for it. I will not stop you. But yes, the Southwest Freedom 1. So, looking forward to seeing this in the next few months. I probably won't get it right away because I am starting to assemble a Christmas list, so I will definitely get to see it in the flesh come Christmas time. 79003. This one is the Alaska UNCF livery. So a very, very wonderful livery. I actually do like this. The dark colors, and then you have the, the varying skin colors, all that stuff. Looks pretty nice on this plane, so hopefully the model itself looks good. I might consider getting this one. We will see what else is released. 53170, this is a Delta 757-200, but this one is in the Ron Allen colors, so very interesting. I do have a Delta Flot 757 from them, so maybe I'll consider getting the Ron Allen Delta 75, and then possibly a Delta Widget, which I think NG's done a little while back, which has become hard to find now, but I'll try to see if I can get this one picked up. But if it's not as popular, then later down the road I'll try to get it. 53165, this is a Raya Airways 757 cargo freighter. So, they've done one a while back, but I think it's with a different livery. This looks to be more newer-ish because of the, slimmer typeface that they use for the logo. But nothing too special with that one, so we'll move on. Next up, we do have the Iran Air 747 SP. So this looks to be the same release. So I'm presuming this is just a re-release just to get more production done on this model to meet demand. Or I've heard there might be some QC issues with the 747 SP mold. Some collectors have been quick to point out the varying issues. So very likely that NG has withheld some. Very likely NG has withheld some of these models in order to make sure that they don't go out with QC issues, which is really nice of them to do so. That way there's no faulty models circling around that have those kinds of faults. 07012, this one is a China Airlines 747 SP, so very interesting. It does look to be a Chinese registered aircraft. Yeah, but nothing too special with this. This is the old China Airlines livery. Definitely will please some of the collectors from the Asian region. I think it'll definitely please some collectors out over there. But next up, 62023 is a Saudia A330 300. So standard livery, nothing unusual with this model. So we'll move on. 62025 is indeed Sunclass. I've heard some people predict that this would be an Air Greenland, possibly. But nope, it is a Sunclass A330. I think that's a 200. I should probably check. Nope, it's a 300, but I feel like the fuselage link would say otherwise, but I guess they look about the same compared to the Saudia. 31022, so I'm presuming we are now onto the Tristar. So first up is a Dragonair L-1011. So I believe the 3-1s, they are the -1 variant, and then the 3-2s are the -200. So 32007, we'll see what they decided to go with this one. This one is Kalitta. So, not really one that I need, so I'll definitely be able to pass up on this release, but yeah, all 1-400 this month, nothing thrown in. That's all we have. 2 Delta models this month. Very interesting. And 1 Alaska model as well, also very interesting. Then we have Freedom 1. The rest of it's kind of all the usual stuff that NG would normally do. Iran Air re-release, I presume. China Airlines 747 SP. A couple of A330s. Yeah, so very good month this month. So Delta A330-300, Freedom 1, and the UNCF livery are on my radar, so I'll just try to see if I can pick up all 3 of those, but I think I'll be mostly going for the Freedom 1 and the Delta A330-300. So really liking the releases this month, so good job, NG, rebounding and making us American collectors happy. Hopefully for those that did save up, this is kind of your time to get the models that you need, because some of these things will sell out fairly fast. The Freedom 1 especially, I have a feeling that will sell out quite fast. So just make sure you get your order in before your retailer runs out of pre-orders. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.